Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to part 3. I'll be explaining in part 3 and part 4 the specific prophecies the Lord had shown me that are supposed to take place in India, in the church, and around the world, basically. So, coming to prophecy number 1. They're in no particular order. Basically, even in my book, whatever the Lord told me to write, I kept on writing. So I wrote these prophecies in 2014. So kindly remember that. Number 1, I would like to begin with Europe. The Lord showed me that Europe would fall apart, and there was going to be a breaking of Europe. Then he told me that crime would increase. He told me that there are terrorist attacks that are going to happen, and they're going to happen in Munich. He gave me the names of the cities as well. In particular, Munich, London. He gave me France. Paris attacks would happen, and the Lord would just show me that many people dying. He showed me bomb blasts in airports around the world. That happened in Turkey. Then it also it was devastating for me. I don't know how or why the Lord would show me this thing, and I would ask Him. I said, Lord, why? Why are innocent people being killed? And the answer from the Lord is pretty straightforward. Europe has to suffer. Europe would suffer on the account of the Holocaust. The way they treated the Jewish people, God does not forget. And many innocent lives would be taken. And Europe would have to suffer greatly, financially as well, through crime, through mass immigration, and they won't be a superpower anymore. They would fall apart. When I revealed this to a couple of friends of mine, we were sitting at a friend's house, and I told them, don't go to Europe, or don't think of settling down in Europe, because this is what the Lord showed me, that people would be unsafe, and terrorist attacks would happen. As the Lord said, and the Lord had mentioned to me many times that people would mock you. My friends laughed at me and told me, it's all in your head. No such thing is going to happen. And unfortunately, it's happening. It's a sobering thought that the Lord would allow these things to occur. And the Lord showed me why it needs to occur as well. God is in control, but Satan has his own plan. And this is a wake-up call, especially for Europe. Europe has left God, and they don't consider God, and They don't consider Israel. So any action taken against Israel is an action taken against God. The way they treated the Jewish people and the way they're treating Israel, this is God's sword. So it's not me, it's the Lord who declares it. So it's going to happen, and it's going to keep on increasing. It's not going to go down. This is something that many people might say that God is unjust, but it's not unjust. In my further teachings, I'll give a reason why. It's also prophesied, and the Lord showed me this also, that basically the world would have to be saturated with the blood of the innocent, and all of them will be resurrected. It's not that they're dead and they're gone forever. No, they will be resurrected again. All of us will be resurrected, each and every one of us. Even if we die today, we'll be resurrected, either in the rapture or later on on Judgment Day. But we all will be resurrected. Moving on from Europe, there was a particular prophecy about Syria, and this is the war of Ezekiel 38 and 39, and the Lord told me to write the names of the countries that would be involved in the Syrian war, and I did. In 2014, the Lord told me Russia would get involved. Then Iran was already involved. The Lord said Lebanon, Libya, Sudan, Ethiopia, all of them would get together. And this was also a particular, it was more confusing for me because the Lord also mentioned Turkey. So I wrote everything down, whatever the Lord told me to write down. He said there was going to be a nuclear war there. Damascus would be completely destroyed, as prophesied. First it's going to be Aleppo, and then Damascus. And he told me that whatever's going to happen in Syria is basically a trigger point. It's going to be a trigger point for Israel, basically. This war, there are many pastors that teach about this war now, but in 2015, I was having a chat with one of my friends, and Turkey had shot down a Russian plane, and relations were pretty bad. Basically, they cut off all diplomatic relationships, Turkey and Russia. And one of my friends just came up to me and he told me, he said, dude, your prophecy is bogus. Turkey and Russia are now enemies. How are they going to form an alliance? I just told him, I said, listen, it's not me that's written this. It's the Lord. So if the alliance does form down the line, then it's the Lord's doing. What particularly confused me was that the Lord showed me the destruction of America, and of course the breaking up of the European Union. They would be physically, spiritually, monetarily, financially